My name is Sashank Margamuvla.
And my name is Harsha.
We're going to be talking about our financial college tracker. The inspiration for this was just that students have trouble budgeting effectively in college, and they're always struggling to meet their financial goals just due to all the different aspects in college, such as food, transportation, entertainment. And so basically, we're just trying to help students budget more effectively and then give them possible solutions for this, such as scholarships. The common sense reasoning for this is our basic goal with this was just to try to mimic an advisor's role and be able to calculate spending, categorize them based on levels, and then suggest potential scholarships. So here you can see some of the thinking, just like what are their stats, how much do they have for school, how do they want to distribute the spending, and then are they meeting the requirements, are they failing, and then how can we help them save? Some challenges that we dealt with was difficulties with SCASP just because it was our first time. So pairing that with Python is kind of hard to use. And then just categorizing financial status, figuring out if they're a good spender, bad spender, and then just dealing with all the specific scholarships there were.
All right. Now we shall look at our code. Our code starts with a Python file, which takes uh, in user input using the collect user data by giving them questions. And these are the educational questions like name, GPA, year, school. And these are the financial questions, money, budget, and all of this. And it's important to note that whenever they give their percent of how much they're allocating for a certain thing, we automatically calculate the expected value or the budget money for that specific section, like for food, transportation, savings, or entertainment in here itself. And then we take all these values and write them into a file called userdata.pl, which stores it here. I already ran the program ahead of time to save to not waste time here. I have three students here, Alice, Bob, and John. And once this is run, we go to our main prologue SCAS file. Let me just go through this real quick. Um, we can start with the budgeting section, which specifically the monthly budgeting section. We have four functions here that like test whether they are in budget for a specific category, so the category. Then we have the major ones, which are like the worst spenders, perfect spenders, or people are over budget in general, and people are good spenders. An over budget person is someone who is not a perfect spender, and a good spender is someone who fails only one of the four categories. We can test this out here right here. For example, we can do everyone who is over budget. Um, run this. We do that, we should get two people. Bob and Alice are over budget, but John is not because John, I believe, is a perfect spender. We can also just directly put their names in here too. John. So if you want to test a specific person, that will also work. And then there's good spenders with which was Alice should pop out when we do this. Yep. And then when we go out, the next thing we have is the ideal college price. And during the questions that we give up here, one of the questions is what is their ideal college expense, which is their tuition, rent, meal, minus their scholarship. And we see if they're paying what is it, if their current like college expense for that semester is meeting their ideal one. And this also returns a list or a specific one based on the user. If we do that, it should return John and Alice, but we can also do John, and it should return, yeah, if there's any models, and John is the ideal thing. And then when we go to non-ideal, it returns the users who are non-ideal, but also returns all the scholarships that are applicable for it. So it's like a little suggestion to go apply for more scholarships that they can apply for, which moves on to our next topic, which is all the scholarships. We have a ton of different scholarships where you can test them specifically if a person is applicable for them. But we also have a check all version, which checks all the students and all the scholarships they're applicable for. For example, we do that, boom, we get seven answers. We can see all John, all Alice, and all Bob, whatever they're applicable for. But we can make it more specific too by doing check all. For example, is check John, comma Y, which is just our placeholder, and boom, it shows all the possible models for John. The John is before Gill, the Eric Johnson, the comic scholarship. So that in conclusion is our code. I hope you enjoy. Thank you.